You're in your 20s. You have all these options, yet you still feel lost. Why is that? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. You having options is not inherently a bad thing. Social media has really sold people the fact that they think that they could be a millionaire overnight. You know, they could be an NBA player tomorrow, and they could be a rapper the next day. Now, I'm not saying you can't do all those things. Example, Damian Lillard. But the thing about Damian Lillard is he wasn't a millionaire the next day. He put in work to be in the NBA, and then eventually he went to be a rapper. This is the Drew's way here, and today, top 3 areas people have too many options in, and they stay stuck in it for a long time if they're not careful. Number 1, your career. Too many paths, but not a lot of people want to commit. And don't get me wrong, I have been victim of this. That's why I'm telling you, your 20s are for trying things out, trying new things, and seeing what you're good at. But if you never actually commit to any of them, you're really just where you started. I'm a firm believer that you learn a lot more from failures than you do from your successes. If you don't allow yourself to take chances, do you ever really learn from failure? And who's to say you do fail? Maybe you succeed and do really well at it. Like the Lil Wayne quote goes, nobody gives you a chance, you gotta take chances. I never went to college personally myself, but I have seen a solid amount of people who went to college and they totally changed their careers in college. And then after college, they didn't even follow up with what they wanted to do. Now that's okay when you're younger, but at some point, you're gonna have to make a commitment at what you really wanna do. It's like Warren Buffett said, pick 25 goals and then erase 20 of them and avoid them at all costs. The reason is because you have to commit to 5 things. If you have too many things, you can't commit to them all. And with careers changing fast, especially with the use of AI, what do you do? It's really hard, but you have to make a decision for yourself. Yes, there's a lot of options in the career field, but there's also a lot of uncertainties. My advice is pick something you're good at and you love. Number 2, relationships. I think a lot of people have seen this coming. Not a surprise, social media has pretty much ruined dating for a lot of people. However, I think you can still find the right person thanks to churches, thanks to community and things like that. I got really lucky with the woman I got, thanks to God. However, there's no denying the influence that social media has on relationships and people who are single. A lot of people who get in relationships, they fall in the trap of, I can do better. This person's treating me bad on this day, so maybe this person that I have no idea how they are in person could treat me better. And the thing is, they're probably wrong. You see, social media is a highlight reel. It isn't showing what they are actually like behind the scenes. They see the highlights of what they look like, but what do they look like without the makeup off? What do they look like off the internet? You see, a lot of people, they want to play this glamour game where they're this perfect person, but in reality, including myself, I am not a perfect person. And in fact, the perfect person got hung on a cross. At all costs, find community, find people that you can connect with on a genuine level. For me, that was church. I'm not going to get too much in depth on it, but I had a relationship a while ago and it was pretty lustful. And second time around, I made the same mistake again, getting in a lustful relationship, and it didn't last long. It lasted like a few days. And it really got me to realize that there's got to be something else and I got to start going to church. Conveniently, the same day that happened, that she broke up with me over text, my ex-girlfriend, who I've known for several years, that I've known since middle school, told me she was at church and she invited me to go to church with her. So I went to church with her, and ever since then, I just kind of been hooked. I challenge a lot of people to just not pay attention to social media. It is a trap. It is how people fall into lust really quickly, and it honestly keeps people single as well, because like I said, you have people's photos at the tip of your hands. I went to church camp a while ago, and the guy who was speaking made a great point. What he said is, our generation now at the power of their fingertips can see as many naked women in the matter of a few minutes than a man back then before the internet could in his whole lifetime. And that really just sparked a debate in my mind. Social media can be dangerous. It gives you this illusion that you can date whoever you want, that you can see whoever you want in real time. I mean, really, you can go and pay $5 to $10 to see somebody naked. I challenge you to go find your community. Don't just search in the DMs on Instagram. Go find somebody. It could be even on the dating apps. If you really need to, use the dating apps. I used them for a few years, and I think it's not the best way to find your dates, but you really get a taste of what people are actually like, because I met a lot of different types of women that I never thought really were there. And everybody I kind of learned from. I kind of learned what I wanted and didn't want. So I think it's important to find out what you want and don't want before you just go and rushing into something. I went on several dates, and at the end I came to the conclusion that I want a godly woman, and looks matter, of course, but it's also what's on the inside. And to be honest with you, I didn't really prepare for that. It just kind of sort of happened.
There's a lot of noise out there on what a relationship's supposed to look like. Save yourself the trouble. Just go read the Bible, go to church, find your godly woman, and have a blessed life with that. Don't try to listen to these gurus trying to sell you on a course that this is what you're supposed to do to get a woman. That might work on a few other women that are outside in the world, but is it going to work on a Christian woman? Maybe, but maybe just going to church and trying to learn more about God and how to form a relationship is better than trying to just chase. There might be a lot of women out there who you think you're going to fall in love with. I'm telling you right now, give us some time, because the right woman is going to treat you right, is going to be a godly woman, and is going to want to help you fulfill your goals and fulfill your relationship with God, because that's the only way to fulfillment. A lot of the worldly women, yeah, they're fun for like a night, maybe a few days, maybe a week, but I'm telling you right now, it won't fulfill you. The only fulfillment you'll get is from God. So go find God and then find yourself your woman.
Number 3, business.
This hits close to home for me because I view myself as an entrepreneur. You know, starting out, I was one of those people that would make all these plans and I just would never take action. You know, I have tons of plans. I thank God for that. But for a long time, I just never took action. Like, just this YouTube channel. I never, like, I made one video like a few months ago and I thought I was going to make a lot of videos and I just never did. Now, to be fair, I did make a lot of shorts and I did post on Instagram a lot. If you haven't checked me out on Instagram, I'll leave you a little thing to go to my Instagram. I make videos, I think, almost every day on Road to Becoming a Millionaire, and it's just my journey and keeping myself accountable to become a millionaire. Having a side business is not bad. You know, having multiple businesses is not bad. There's people that own several businesses and they do pretty well for themselves. But the problem is not taking action. You see, like I said, there's a lot of different options out there. You want to do a business and, like, let's say, you know, something to do with computers. But then you realize, oh no, I want to do like a barber shop, you know? And then you're like, oh no, you know what? I want to make music. And, you know, the list just keeps on going on and on. But the problem is, you know, time is valuable. And if you keep on wasting your time on just, you know, saying you're going to do something, not really building anything, and you don't make a profit, or nobody makes a profit in that matter, is it really a business? Time to take action, boys. If you want to start that YouTube channel, do it. If you're going to make videos, do it. If you're going to make, you know, whatever you want in business, do it. You know, if it fails, it fails, but at least you learn from it. And that's what I'm learning, is time is really valuable. If you don't take risks, then the big risk is going to happen later on where you have this big feeling called regret.